What up?
Clap.
Episode 21, baby.
Yo.
They don't get to see the clap. I take it out. I take that clap out of there.
Clap.
Yeah, I got
so
the
now
clap.
you see it.
Out of Snow, circa what? 2008.
What's
that movie? Get Him to the Greek.
Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So I don't want to get too close to the mic while I'm talking.
Yeah. Fucking back up, would you?
Well, do me a solid here.
Quit fucking breathing.
So we got UFC 262 tomorrow, but before we get into that, we have some stuff that's already happened. Mr. Canelo Alvarez!
Cinema!
Yeah, I just found out that was what that means. Well, not just, it's been like a year.
I was about to say, forever ago, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, he TKO'd Billy Joe Saunders in the 8th round.
Well, Billy Joe gave up, but yeah, he
didn't even see the fight. You're talking shit to Mr. Billy Joe over here.
I watched the fight.
Lead singer of Green Day. Where'd you watch the fight? I had to watch some bullshit shitty stream, so where'd you watch the fight?
I watched highlights on YouTube.
Yeah.
Close enough.
No, when I watched it, I literally had to watch it. So they photoshopped Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo over the image and reversed the image. So it was like transparent, kinda, and it was just so bad. That's how I had to watch the fight. But
why?
Because I wasn't paying for it. I'm broke.
Well, yeah, no shit, but I mean, like, why?
Because they have to copyright it. It's on YouTube, so YouTube will strip it immediately as soon as they scan it. Really? So they put extra shit on it, and they flip it so that YouTube can't pick it up.
Stupid.
Giving away trade secrets over here. But I don't normally stream, especially for Canelo, but I had to. But yeah, so he landed a huge uppercut in the 8th round, which broke the orbital bone of Billy Joe Saunders.
Sir. Devastating shot.
Smashed to pieces.
Devastating shot. And yeah, basically Billy Joe quit on the stool.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people are saying that there's video of Billy Joel, I'm not sure which one it
Billy
is.
Joe. Billy Joel is fucking...
Yeah, the singer, piano man. Yeah. And then Billy Joe is Green Day Armstrong. Yeah. So, Green Day Armstrong. Yeah, Billy Green Day Armstrong. But yeah, so uppercut in the 8th round. It was a pretty even fight, though, up until that.
Yeah, no, I mean...
A lot of people thought Billy Joe Saunders was winning.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great boxer. He's one of the best. He was champion of his...
what is it, super welterweight or something?
Yeah, I think so. But he was... Which one is he?
I don't know, man.
WBO, WBC...
Something.
NBA.
NBA, yeah, WNBA, what have you.
Yeah, whatever.
I need you to speak up a little bit, Papa.
One of those freaking things.
Yeah, that's better. Right about there.
Right about there.
Yeah, I'm not cutting it out either. I'm leaving that for you folks. Now I'm throwing off track, buddy. So yeah, quit on the stool.
Buddy.
He quits on the stool. Teddy Atlas was pretty harsh on him, actually. He was saying he gave up a little bit.
That surprised me that Teddy is going right.
He gave him respect, but he was also like, at the same time, you say you're willing to die in there.
Yeah.
By far, you didn't die.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not by far, but at the same time, I mean, you fractured his orbital. That's a pretty fucking serious injury. I don't know.
You could go blind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Could ruin your life. Could ruin your career.
Could be a pretty devastating shot, you know what I mean? And if he continued to take shots on it could really do some damage to him. Like you said, you can never see again.
Yeah.
So.
But like Bisping said, he happens to know a fighter who in the first round got cracked by a big overhand right that happened to fracture said person's orbital bone. And said person... Go for it, man. Said person went on to defend his belt for the first time against Dan Henderson with a fractured orbital bone. And you see the pictures of Bisping after that fight?
Oh, yeah.
Way worse than anything Billy Joe Saunders had going on.
I know. Dude, Bisping's fucking head was like this.
Oh, yeah. Big split down the eyelid.
Oh, it looked
Bro, I'm
so gross.
sweating from this light. We got this crazy light because my normal one's battery died. And it is hot.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not right next to it. He's got it blaring in my fucking face, but...
Yeah, it's in my face too, but I gotta look that way. So
yeah, I gotta look right at it.
Yeah, it's not
especially if I look at you, I'm even more directly pointed at it.
Yeah, the glasses are bouncing it back at you.
Oh,
it
yeah.
Sucks.
It's bright.
So, anyways, I didn't watch the whole card. I just watched that fight. Canelo does what he does every fight. You know, he fucked him up in the 8th round. 7th and 8th. But, like I said, it was even up until then, but... Canelo at one point just decided, fuck this, I'm throwing full power.
Yeah, it was like flurry of punches too.
Not really. Canelo throws like 1, 2, 3 punch combos. I mean, I guess one wouldn't even be a combo. But he just puts so much oomph on him, you know what I mean? That uppercut was just bam, bam. Like, oh, I don't know, dude. He hits like a heavyweight. It's fucking gross.
He's an animal, dude.
Yeah. So, Canelo gets another belt. Nobody's surprised by that. Moving on. What do we got? We got Michael Venom Page went freaking viral. That was a good card, by the way, Bellator.
Yeah, I managed to catch it a couple days later after.
Yeah, it was a really good card. Sergio Pettis won the belt.
Yeah, that was a beautiful fight, man. Beautiful fight. Yeah. And I was a little surprised, honestly.
I love Juan
dude.
Archuleta.
Yeah, he's a fantastic fighter. Frickin'. It was like supposed to be frickin' and then turn into fackin'. He's a fackin'.
Yeah, so he pieced up Juan. I mean, it was a tough fight. Don't get me wrong. He didn't like just clear the waters with him, but just clean counter striking, beautiful. What grappling did happen was pretty fucking nice. A lot of scrambles, but. It was mainly on the feet. Juan Archuleta, goes out like a bat out of hell.
Hell yeah.
Going absolutely insane. Trains with TJ Dillashaw. So we got Juan, then Rumble Johnson before that. Yeah, we'll get into the issues with Rumble later, don't worry. But the fight was pretty sick.
I was a little disappointed, too, that my man Yoel didn't get in there and compete against him.
I know.
It's pretty disappointing.
They're scheduled to fight again now,
I know they are scheduled
we'll see what
again.
Happens.
But still, I was pretty disappointed, to say the least.
Yeah. But it was a dope fight. I should have looked up the opponent. We were just thinking of stuff to look up before this.
I know. We looked up Michael Venom Page's opponent. We didn't even mention him.
Yeah,
and now we're thinking about Rumble's opponent.
Derek
Anderson is who.
We'll get into the MVP fight after Brunson fight.
Thought we already talked about him.
No, we just started. Well, I mentioned it, but Derek Brunson, I went into.
Derek Brunson.
What the fuck am I thinking?
What are you talking about?
I gotta edit so much out of this episode already. Derek Brunson, yeah, fucking Rumble Johnson.
Derek Brunson.
Oh man.
So what are you talking about? Where did he come from?
No more wacky tobacco.
Yeah, we know.
So Rumble Johnson had a crazy fight. I'm not sure against who. Forget his opponent's name already, but his opponent broke his right hand early on in the first round.
Yeah.
Against Rumble's face.
Yeah. It was a beast, dude.
Dude, Rumble got dropped. It was back and forth. It was a freaking barn burner.
Barn burner.
Yep, but my man fucking...
my
man Rumble Johnson came out with I can't believe I said that, dude. I'm just so mad at myself.
That's why I didn't say Corey Anderson.
No, I'm not ridiculous, dude. But, anyways, Rumble Johnson gets the knockout win. What was it, first or second round? I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but...
It was sick, though.
It was a good one.
Then before
I'm glad to see Rumble back.
Yeah,
even though, I mean...
That we're going to get into it after the whole Bellator card. Oh, I'm way down on the volume. I got to be way up here.
Speak up, would ya?
For real, I'm like wicked quiet. So then MVP goes viral with a crazy head kick of...
Derek Anderson.
Derek Anderson, that's the name. I
Todd Peterson.
Exactly, dude. But, I almost said Todd now. Derek was doing this like hands down herky jerky shit, and MVP just snapped up a lead kicking.
Yeah,
I sent you the pictures too.
Yeah,
I know you saw the fight since then, but the day of, I sent you the pictures.
Yeah, his nose was literally, you could see his nose bone off to the side of his face.
It was it was flat.
Well, yeah, because he broke this bone right here.
Yeah.
If you look, you could see on the side of his face is the bone. It's just pointed like this.
Gross.
And then it's just indented in a little bit of the very end of his nose.
Yeah, like
poking
the tip is still there and the bridge is completely gone.
Yo, it was so bad. He literally sent it to the side, underneath his eye.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
MVP took that dude's nose home.
It was his foot, too. His foot just smacked right
I know, it wasn't even the shin.
Nose. Smack! Smack.
So yeah, that was Bellator. Check that card out. It was awesome. Like I said, big fan of Juan Archuleta. This isn't the end for him by any means.
No, by any means.
Yeah, so then we can get into the Rumble Johnson news.
Wow.
Would you like to take it away, buddy?
Yeah, what was it? Rumble Johnson has been arrested for, identity theft?
Kind of. Yeah, well, that's the charge. So allegedly what he did, he took someone's credit card without consent, and he bought a round-trip flight from Florida to New Jersey in 2019. And after the card, at his after party in Connecticut, because it was at Mohegan Sun. I don't know why I pointed the TV to Mohegan Sun, because I watched
that Mohegan Sun, you know?
Yeah, to Mohegan Sun, to my front-facing. Anyways. So at his after party, he gets arrested for identity theft. What do you think?
Him getting arrested at the after party?
Do you believe it? What do you think happened?
Of course I believe it. I mean...
Well, what's the real story, dude?
Rumble
Johnson,
by no means... It was probably one of his friends. Honestly, he probably used one of his friend's credit cards.
I'm hearing it was a woman.
maybe it was an ex-girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah.
He was pissed off using his ex-girlfriend's credit card, and he got caught. I mean,
but at the same time,
it sucks he got arrested like that. That's a little fucking embarrassing. After you just won a fight, at least give him the night, you know. At least
no, they don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, he's in Connecticut, let's get him.
Yeah, at least let him enjoy it. I don't know.
But the way I feel about it, Rumble Johnson is not stupid, man. You buy a plane ticket, the first thing you have to do is give your ID. Like, it's the most identity checking place in the world, apparently, with TSA. So if he knows that this person does not give him permission to use his card, he's not going to be handing out his ID with it. And the first thing he does.
What do you think? He got set up?
I think that he used a girl that he was seeing's credit card with her permission, and then they broke up, and she wasn't happy with him. And then she said, "Hey, I never said you could do that." And maybe she forgot. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe he did do it intentionally. I don't have any answers, but I'm just saying it's not likely. Like, you know, it doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Who does that? If I'm going to steal a credit card, you're not going to go immediately use it and put your name down with it.
Yeah, go on a freaking plane
And that's
flight.
the only thing. It's not like he used it for other things. That's all that he did.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. I don't really know what's going on, why it happened, like the backstory.
Could be a misunderstanding.
I'm sure we'll hear something about it eventually. I'm sure Rumble will come out and say something.
Yeah.
It's big news, you know what I mean? It's gonna have to explain himself a little bit.
The only thing that I don't like about it, the fishy part, is that allegedly it happened in 2019, which is right around when Johnson said he wanted to come back.
Yeah.
So was he facing some financial struggling? Maybe he knew that this was going to be a problem and he had to get some money behind him ahead of time that we could afford lawyers. So who knows? We'll hopefully get the full story going into it, but...
Yeah, I'm definitely
It's
interested
sad.
to see what happens from here.
Yeah, I was stoked that he was making a comeback, even if it isn't Bellator.
Yeah, and I still want to see him against Yoel, man, regardless of if he wins this the Grand Prix that's going on. I don't really care. I would just like to see him against Yoel. That was the whole thing I was so excited about, you know what I mean? The big thing. They signed Yoel and Rumble, and they were supposed to fight at light heavy. That is a fight, bro. That is a fight, man.
Fuck yeah. So, we'll see what happens. Our thoughts are with you, Rumble, but if it turns out you're a thief, then fuck you, I guess.
That's with you until you find out you're guilty, and then fuck you.
But innocent until proven guilty.
If you're not guilty, though, we love you still.
Yeah, exactly. Then, in other non-UFC news, Miss Rachel Ostovich has decided to go to Bare Knuckle Fighting. What do you think of that? Paige Van Zandt, now Rachel Ostovich?
I don't think that's the move.
I don't think she's got something to prove?
Yeah, probably. I feel like maybe she's on that like same level as Paige, where like, you know, I'm not just a pretty face or whatever, blah blah blah. But like, Bare Knuckle, man, I don't know.
It's not that she's just a pretty face, but she is a very beautiful woman.
Yeah.
If you have something that could potentially give you a lot of opportunities, why would you throw it away just to be spiteful? We all know you're a badass. We all know you're a fighter. No one's questioning that.
Not at all. You've had a couple losses. So, it is what it is. But
I'm going to be rooting for her when she fights. I hope she does well. I hope she wins.
I was rooting for Paige too. But
yeah, same.
I didn't think Paige did that bad. So I mean,
no,
maybe you know Rachel goes into this and does fantastic. But
yeah, I don't see the point in it. It doesn't.
Personally, I don't think it's the move.
It doesn't yield the long-term gains that your investments need to be bringing you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. I definitely don't think it's the move, man. But whatever. It's not us. It's not our decision.
Exactly.
I'm going to support her regardless.
I mean, good on her
for
doing whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a badass move when you really think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not many girls that are signing up to be in bare knuckle boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially pretty girls.
Speaking of pretty girls, the Karate Hottie got dominated.
I know. That was a rough fight to watch.
Marina Rodriguez.
Yeah, that was a tough fight to watch, man. I mean, good for Rodriguez, but... Well,
wasn't Marina a last-minute replacement opponent? Didn't someone else fall out? Maybe. Oh, no, they were already scheduled, but it was supposed to be a regular fight, not a main event.
Yeah, it was...
That's what it was.
The main event fell out.
Who was it? I already forget. This sport's so
That might have been, what's his name? Freaking...
Oh, I know who it was. Dillashaw versus Sandhagen.
Yeah, Sandhagen.
Yeah. That's what fell off.
I was thinking it was Ronda Rousey's kid, freaking...
Shabazian?
Yeah, Shabazian.
Shabazian.
Because didn't that fight get moved too, I'm pretty sure?
Yeah, it did. Everything's getting moved now.
But I think that fight was supposed to be on 262.
No, Nate Diaz got removed from 262. So many fights have been changing around.
I mean, we're in that time right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
shit's happening. People are getting sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit. We're not out of the waters.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No.
But anyways, Marina Rodriguez looked awesome, so check her out.
Yeah, she's a beast, dude.
And then also on that card, Mr. Gregor Gillespie. Gregor Gillespie came out and had his comeback fight since he got knocked out off of Kevin Lee, and came out so aggressive, man.
Like an animal, dude. Like a bulldog. He didn't stop. His grappling was fantastic, man. Yeah. Even his striking looked really good.
He was going 1,000 miles an hour the whole time.
And like even everyone commentating was like, "Oh, he looks really gassed.
He did.
How long can he freaking keep
he
this
was
pace?
Falling
How
over.
long can he keep this pace?" That dude kept going.
Yeah, he got over
pushed.
He took his 60 seconds, as out of it as he was, and he came back like nothing happened.
Yeah, dude.
That's
animal.
insane.
Good fighting on his part, man.
Or EPO. EPA! I just watched the Simpsons movie. Sorry, folks. No, I'm just kidding. Gregor Gillespie isn't on anything. He's natural.
Yeah, he's just an animal.
He looked like a fucking experiment, a science experiment.
Best fisherman in the UFC, bro.
Yeah, the Fisherman Fight Club, dude. That's what they're going to call it. He's calling out McGregor, and Poirier's like, I'm over here throwing real hooks, so fuck your fishing. You say that?
I didn't see that.
Mad funny. Speaking of Poirier, we already talked about it last week, but we'll talk about it again. 262 is tomorrow now because we got delayed on this podcast. So actually, you guys are getting lucky because you're going to get another podcast in like 2 or 3 days because we're going to have to cover this. So 262 is tomorrow. I've been spending the last 6 days convincing Glenn that Chandler's going to win. So at least doing my best to convince him that Chandler's going to win.
I think it's anybody's fight, but you know what I mean?
It definitely is.
I'm not discrediting Chandler in the slightest, and I think all the talk about him not deserving this shit is bullshit.
Yeah.
Because the kid came and knocked the door in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Not only that, he showed up to the Khabib-Gaethje fight on weight, ready to go.
Yep, ready to go.
No one knows, well, not that no one knows who he is, but no one thinks of him as a UFC fighter yet. So
yeah, because he hadn't fought that.
Yeah, he's facing a bunch of hate. He says, I don't give a fuck. You're going to give me this opportunity. I'm not going to let you down.
And honestly, I can't say he's wrong. He did to Dan Hooker what Dustin Poirier and what Paul Felder couldn't do in 25 minutes.
Exactly.
He did it in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. And
how are you going to discredit the kid?
I actually see this fight being very similar. Not so much that it'll happen so quickly, but in the way that he does it. I think instead of going cross to the body and then coming up with the lead hook, he's going to go jab to the body and land a huge right overhand right behind the ear of Charles Oliveira. And that's going to put him to a TKO.
We will
Second
definitely
round,
see.
calling it.
I don't want to say either one's going to win or lose, really. You know what I mean? I want Charlie to win. I'd love to see Charles Oliveira get that belt, but also I wouldn't be mad if Chandler got it. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't be mad.
Then, dude, Charlie Olive's, man, he's got those fucking teeth going. I love that.
I know, those pearly whites,
jealous,
dude.
Man.
You got anybody else see that shit at the press conference? Oh my god. Can we talk about Tony too, really?
We're gonna. So I think I said last week that I thought Tony was gonna win until I saw the press conference. I think he's very distracted. He's got a lot going on. He's all worried about Chandler. He's all worried about Gaethje.
He just sounded. I love Tony Ferguson. I've been a diehard Tony fan for a long time. The dude made himself sound like an asshole at the press conference.
Talking about he broke his fucking student's rib.
Yeah, he just not even making sense half the time.
I know.
I'm like, dude, I don't like that. I don't like the way he sounded, man. And Beneil's no joke, dude.
Not at all.
I don't know if any of you guys have seen his fights, man. He's a beast, bro. He's a beast. He's no joke. I'm a big fan of Beneil.
When I first got into this, not first got into the sport, but 3-4 years ago, I started hearing Beneil Dariush's name. And before I even remembered his fights, it's just his name stuck in my head so hard. Mm-hmm. So now I kind of had my eye on him for a while.
It's a very distinct name.
So yeah, I mean, it's funny because it's such a foreign name that you wouldn't think that you would remember it so quickly. Mm-hmm. But it just stuck in my head. I was like, Beneil Dariush, I know that guy.
Yeah, he was one of the first guys that I've seen fight in the UFC. When I really started getting into it. I mean, I've seen UFC fights when I was younger, and then when I really started getting into it, he was one of the first dudes I saw, and he knocked some kid the fuck out, man, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, man, this kid's something to watch. And then
he's slick.
And then he fell off for a little while, came back stronger than ever, man, and he's looking great, dude. He's on a killer fight streak right now. I think he's on 4-fight win streak or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know, enough to fight Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, I mean.
So I see him pulling out the win on that one.
Yeah, and that'll land him right in the top 5, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful to see for Beneil. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, and then if Chandler wins, and we're still waiting on the Poirier-Conor fight, I'd like to see Chandler Gaethje. But if we're going to get winner of Poirier McGregor against Chandler, I don't know. So a lot's up in the air right now. There's a lot of avenues. I really kind of have the Justin Gaethje versus Chandler fight in my head, even if it's not for a title.
Yeah, either way,
I love that fight.
I would love to see that too, and honestly Poirier too. But I don't know if that'll go that well for Chandler against Poirier.
Well, I mean, yeah, that fight's also like a given. Obviously, I want to see that too. But just it's something about the Gaethje fight really. I know those two. They are both so aggressive.
Yeah,
like Gaethje says, that'll be the car crash.
Literally, it's gonna be a car. It's gonna be. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna happen.
Exactly. So, we're running out of stuff to talk about. I'm worried about the camera shutting off, and my dogs are going crazy. So, we're gonna cut out a little early today. We're at like 22 minutes right now.
Beautiful.
Meet me in the basement number 21, baby. Check us out.
Yeah, baby, like and subscribe. Let's go, guys. Come on, let's get those freaking numbers up, baby. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that shit, dog.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we're doing well. We're hoping to keep it on the upswing. We want you guys to be a part of the journey with us. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, make sure you hit that button.
Doing big things, baby. Let's do it.
Yep, we love you guys. We'll see you
later.